Hey everybody, welcome to Just Another Magic Monday. I am Ryan here with MVM, and thank you for taking a chance with us on this new show. We're doing things a little bit differently. Use the MVM live format to do anything like this before, but I'm very interested in Magic: The Gathering, of course. I've been playing this game for years. I was a tournament player back in the day. I started playing, back in Ice Age, so that kind of ages me and how long I've been playing Magic. I know some of you out there are probably groaning a little bit at that thought, but yeah, I've been playing Magic forever. So I, of course, was super excited when Magic: The Gathering Arena came out. I've been very excited to get my hands on it. I've been playing the beta basically since the beta started, and now I'm here. The full version of this game has basically just released. It came out this weekend with the new set, Throne of Eldraine, which is an awesome set. Honestly, I gotta tell you, I'm like super in love with this set. It's all kind of based on myths and legends, everything from Grimm's fairy tales to Arthur and the Knights of Camelot. There are some crazy knight decks that have come out with this new set, and I love to play them. Now, I just jumped into Throne, so I don't have a ton of the cards unlocked yet. I haven't opened up my booster boxes. I haven't really done a lot to collect cards. I did play. Last weekend, they had a Play Anything event where you could basically just try out a ton of different decks. I know some of you probably played that event as well. It opened up every card from Standard, so you could kind of try out your different things. And I had some decks I loved there. Yeah, Sunday is the fun day. And thanks, Ashley. I also love the alliteration. Magic Monday just works. It works great for me. So you can kind of see on the screen here in front of me the basic menu for Magic Arena. What's really cool about Magic Arena is you don't have to spend money to play this game. It's actually completely free to play. And if you see down here, I can earn currency. Right now, I'm 21 out of 30. Away from 750 credits here and 500 here. You can earn some for just getting wins. You can earn XP and cards. So you can earn all these things just from playing. You don't actually have to spend any money. Of course, you can spend money to get gems, which will allow you to enter into events and stuff. That's another thing that I love about Magic Arena is they still have sealeds and drafts and things like that that you can play in. And in addition, they have a ranked mode and just a casual mode. Probably going to play a little casual today. This is my first day doing this, and I don't want to get crushed. I'm running some good decks. I feel like they're pretty competitive, but I really want my Jessica Super Friends deck. I'm working on building this deck right now that is super strong. It uses the Royal Scions, which is one of the new Planeswalkers released in this set. So it's really cool. If I can get some cards earned towards that, I will. But I figure for now, I probably just will jump in and start playing. So if you see here, again, you have all the different game modes available. And some of this I know is hidden behind the frames. We might kind of work on this for the next stream. So give me your feedback on what you think of these frames. If they're blocking anything you really need to see, try to be as unobtrusive as possible. So let's jump into this. Now, I do have, again, more game modes here that I can play through. I'm going to just do a standard game, and I can choose whichever deck I want to use here. Now, the challenges for right now are to cast black or green spells. So I can earn these achievements even during just regular casual play. I don't have a black and green deck. I don't have anything from Jund, and I don't have anything that's just straight black-green. For some reason, I don't know why that is. I should probably build one. But actually, you do kind of start with some pre-made decks. So I do have this Golgari deck here right now. I could use. I don't know if it's any good or not. Probably not, since it's just a starting deck. Yeah, this is not necessarily a great deck. But, it's not bad. I mean, there are some good cards in here. And they're going to throw you in an Overgrown Tomb for free, which is nice. Any kind of dual lands like this are incredibly valuable. I might give this deck a try just to see how it goes. I've never played it. And you could take these starting decks and you could edit them. And this is the way that the deck building works. You have all your cards here spread out, or you could search for individual cards. You can filter by a bunch of different things. Right now I'm looking at just kind of black and green cards. So as I scroll through here, you'll see every black and green card I have available, and then you'll see the different combinations of cards with different colors. So I can have, like, my black reds, my black blues, and things like that. So really, I want to see if I can spice this pre-made deck up with some of my black-green cards. And I'm not sure what I would want here. Like I said, I haven't unlocked anything crazy. Like, I only have the one Overgrown Tomb. I do like Jungle Hollow over Guildgate, though. So these Guildgates are just basic lands that can come into play tapped. With Eld, they have some new basic lands. They come into play tapped, but they do something. For example, Jungle Hollow is going to gain me a life. So there's no reason I shouldn't use that instead. The question is, do I want to use Vraska with this deck? I'd have to take something out. Something, preferably that's around the same level of, or same mana cost. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, good days. I figured a lot of people are pretty new to Magic. So this is a good reason for me to come in here and kind of talk about it, kind of maybe teach it a little bit, because for those of us who came from Magic, for example, Jeremy and I played a lot of Magic in our day. So we have kind of an experience that's a little different from some other gamers that haven't really experienced Magic. And learning this game and playing this game teaches you so much about playing games in general. So this is something I'm excited about doing. So with that being said, I'm going to jump in with this newly modified Golgari deck. Now, Golgari is one of the clans of Ravnica. That name just kind of stuck for any kind of black-green deck. So I'm going to try this. The worst that's going to happen is I'm going to lose and potentially embarrass myself on live, YouTube. Now, another thing to keep in mind that's pretty cool is that you're always playing against real opponents. You're not playing against bots or anything like that. So let me take a look here at my starting hand. I have 2 mana to start with. One of it is an Overgrown Tomb. I can pay life. Oh, let's see. I could get that Guild Mage out early. If I get lucky and draw another land, I can get my Prowler out, which would be great. You know what? I have all these high-cost creatures. I don't have a lot of mana. This just is not great for me, so I'm going to throw out a mulligan. I can choose to reshuffle, draw a different hand. Now look at this. I've got 3 lands and some low-level things to play. This is pretty good. However, I'm only going to get to keep 6 of these because that's how this works. So, yeah, 2. That's exactly right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Ashley, Andrew, Kira's here, Brian. That's what it takes. That's what I cost. And I realized after the fact, I kind of made a custom card for myself. I could have made myself a legendary creature, and I didn't even do it. I just made myself a normal creature. So that says a lot about me. What I'm going to get rid of is this. Ooh, that helps with my mana generation. If I can get up to 5. I'm going to drop one of these. Let's get rid of Undercity Uprising. The reason I'm doing this is because it's going to become more useful later. Unfortunately, I need to keep stuff that I can use right away. So I should be gold bordered, Andrew. You're correct. All right, I drew into another forest here. So my first turn, I have nothing to play, so it doesn't hurt me at all to just throw this Golgari Guildgate down tapped. Because what is it going to cost me? I can't use it anyway. Oh, awesome, a Piper deck. So this is something that there are some really high concept decks that have come out with Eld. This Piper is one of them. He's going to be getting some mana and just making a ton of rat tokens, and he's going to be taking control of my creatures. Luckily for me, I don't have a ton of creatures. Like I do, but they're like, they're tokens basically. I'm going to be creating a lot of tokens. So put the top. I don't want to risk that. Are you playing? You're playing Magic, Andrew? Are you playing Magic Arena? So another great thing about doing this stream, sometimes I'd like to get guests in. Let's see. Do I want to kill this thing and give them a free land? I don't want to kill them and give them a free land. Let's do this. Let's see what I get rid of here, And let's put that swamp back on top. There we go. I like the way that looks. That'll let me get my Plague Crafter out next turn. But what I really would like to do is have some tokens out before I do this. I'm going to have to lose my Shaman here. That's fine, actually. So, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to try to bait him into just killing his Piper right now. He might do it. He might want to keep his Piper and just take the 3 damage, which would be hilarious because the joke will be on him. So let's see what happens here. Oh, he's going to make his little rat and block it that way. That's fine. That's fine. I've made him spend some mana. I've slowed him down a little bit. He's going to block, but I'm actually going to... Since this Shaman's going to die anyway, I'm just going to kill it myself with this Assassin's Trophy. Because when I kill it... Oh, it's only opponent. Is it worth it? No, you know what? It's not worth it. Like I said, I have not played this deck before today. So... I don't know a lot about what to expect. I'm just hoping I can kind of gain a lot of mana and slow him down so I can play some of these really high expensive cards. Oh yeah, do you see my little fox over here? It came with the mastery event for the throne, which is pretty exciting. So, you know, expense reports, sometimes playing Magic does feel like putting together an expense report. And I don't really like this deck at all, guys. I'm going to be completely honest. Something about black-green just has never really worked for me. I've never really liked it. And I'm not sure I'm going to want to play this deck anymore. But it's fine. I'm earning some points to achievements. I'm getting some gold that I can use to buy packs to get other cards. That's kind of what's cool about this game is you're always moving towards something. You're always earning something, which I really appreciate that. Alright, here we go. Let's get some good creatures out. And I've been killing my guys left and right, so he's going to come into play with some... for my 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures in the graveyard. So, I'm a little stronger than he is. Actually, I want to just do this 6 damage. I want to get rid of this, so... We're going to Death Sprout it. I'm glad I held on to this at the beginning of the game. So that's gone, and I get to put a land into play tapped. Let's throw a forest out there. I already have a couple swamps. And then I'm just going to throw this 6/6 at him with all I've got. Now, for those of you who don't know, the goal of Magic is to do 20 points of damage to your opponent. Each one of these creatures has a strength, and that strength can be increased by a variety of things. I'm attacking with 6 damage. You'll notice his life total just dropped to 14. Boom. I am still at 20. So that was a pretty good turn of events for me. Oh, I hate this Dread Presence. So this is actually a really cool card to get early. So whenever a swamp happens, he's going to be dealing damage. Or he can draw cards. So, you know what? I'm just going to play this instead. It actually doesn't really matter. But I have some satisfaction. He was going to make me discard it, so I played it. Now, I have a forest here. Conservative thinking says maybe I should just, you know, throw this out there and get another land on the battlefield. But as you can see from looking at my opponent's hand here, he doesn't know what I have. So I'm not going to give him the benefit of knowing what I have here. So as long as I keep this card in my hand, there's a chance he might think I have a combat trick or something. Might make him play a little more cautiously. Yeah, I want my little fox thing. This lifelink guy. So he's at 9. Pretty good. I don't know what he's got coming up, but getting him down to 9 was a pretty good feat. Now, this Leyland Prowler was one I was looking forward to drawing because he has both Death Touch and Lifelink. So he's going to help me out when they come and attack me. Death Touch means as long as he does 1 damage to the opponent, he kills that creature. So it doesn't really matter what his power is. His power is 2 here. But it doesn't really matter because he'll just kill... Well, never mind. Man, he's really drawing cards. He's looking for an answer. Of course, he got one with that murder. But he's at 4. He'll be at 4 here. I think I might still be okay. Destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Alright, that's pretty good, but it's not going to save me. He drew that murder right at the right time to destroy that. That is always the fear when playing against black decks. Just have not drawn a lot of my token creation. Like, that's the whole point of Golgari. They're supposed to, like, make zombies and stuff and bury creatures and bring them back out into the graveyard, but it's not happening currently. Now, I actually want to deal with this Child of the Night because I don't care about the 3 damage. I want to stop him from gaining the lifelink. Lifelink is whenever the creature does damage, he's going to gain that much life, and I don't like that. So I'll take the extra damage. Plague Crafter, we're both going to lose our creatures, but you know what? It's worth it. I'm getting a lot of creatures in my graveyard. That doesn't... Oh, I'm going to have to discard a card. Okay, I see. Well, that's fine. I have a ton of creatures in my graveyard now. I have 7 in my graveyard. Perfect. Now, if he has another murder, though, he's just going to burn this guy down. But I did draw another Undergrowth guy. He gets +1/+1 for every creature in my graveyard. Alright, let's hope. I'm going to destroy this guy again. If he doesn't have an answer for my Lurcher... Oh, he doesn't. Okay. So, sometimes in this game, if you know you're going to lose, it's better just to quit, which is what he did. He just basically conceded the game. It's kind of considered a polite thing to do. I mean, if you know you're going to lose, then you should just give up, right? Don't make it play out to the last minute. We're all busy people. We've all got other games we want to play. So, all right, that was a victory on a deck that I've never played before. Thank you. I'm not sure. I still don't like that deck. I don't like... It just goes against me as a player to just kill all my creatures. So, because I completed some of my achievements, I got some money here, which I can buy packs with. I got some XP. There's a track for that as well, which lets you things like, this is like a cool alternate art for some of the cards. And I got a card pack. So this is what's pretty cool. You get these packs of cards for free, just like for playing. And just like in regular Magic, they're going to come with uncommons. They're going to come with rares, possibly even mythic rares. So, I see Mark in the comments, a big fan of the Undergrowth mechanic. I mean, it's a cool mechanic. I just don't like sacrificing the creatures to trigger that mechanic. Alright, so I have some packs I can open. So let's do that really quick. Let's see, because there's a couple decks I want to build here. And I just need some cards to do it. Now, at some point, maybe one of these weeks, I will just buy a ton of packs or buy my box and just open my box and we can see what we've got. So one cool thing that comes with Arena, you'll see I got this wild card. This unfortunately is a common wild card, but I can also earn uncommon and rare and even mythic rare wild cards. So it says 4 more packs until your next rare wild card. So every so often you just get these wild cards and you can spend them to get any card. So I can get any rare I want. I don't have to worry about the pack having it. Now, this is because you can't really trade with people in this game, so your best bet of getting specific cards is with these wild cards. That's what helps you really build the deck you want to build. So, alright, let's see what my rare is for this. Planar Cleansing, destroy all non-land permanents. This is a rough one. It costs 6, but that is a powerful card. I really like this Sky Knight Vanguard. Like I said, Knight decks are huge right now, so anything like this, whenever it attacks, it creates a soldier. That's pretty awesome. So, all right, let's see what I got from my Throne packs. I got 2 to open here. So, the Reaper of the Night, that's awesome. I earned my wild card. And Fires of Invention. Okay, I actually have a Fires of Invention deck. I'm running it with 2 fires right now. I really want 4, so this is a huge win for me. Basically, Fires of Invention looks at the total number of mana you have, and you can play cards for free as long as they cost that much or less. However, you can only ever play 2 spells per turn. So, you can basically play 2 6-drops the turn that you get 6. So, I really like Fires decks. Don't make that face, Andrew. Fires decks, they're really good, but they're kind of hard to play because you are limited with that 2-card limit. But there's another card, Fae of Whispers, that lets you pull cards out from the game. And here's another example of those cool lands that came with this deck, or with this set, Witch's Cottage. You'll see here that kind of folklore, Grimm's fairy tales kind of thing. This is going to let you return creatures from your graveyard. So let's see what I got here. Love-Struck Beast. So this is a good example of the adventure cards that came out in this set. You'll see right here where it says Sorcery Adventure, create a 1/1 white human. He basically is making Bell or whatever. And he cannot attack unless you have that 1/1 creature. But after you play the creature for its adventure, you can then bring it out by just paying its cost to bring it from exile back into the game. So you get to kind of have 2 effects with these. They kind of have that storybook feel. There are some really cool rare art versions of these, or like alternate art, that are really decorative. So, all right, that's it for me for packs. I could buy a couple more. I have 3,000 coins, but that money can also be spent on entering these events. So, all right, I want to show you guys a deck I've been working on that's kind of silly, but I really like it, silly or not. It's a Esper Oven deck. This deck uses the Witch's Oven. Basically, the Witch's Oven lets me turn creatures I control into food. Food is something in this game that you can sacrifice to gain life, but there are some other uses for food as well. In fact, during that Play Anything weekend, I made a food deck with Oko, who is one of the new planeswalkers from the games, and he's a weird card. I wonder if I could find a link to Oko, but he basically turns your food token and brings them to life. So it's kind of a weird card, but he's really cool. All right, so I actually have I have an okay support hand here. I didn't get any of the core cards for my deck, but I can start. You know what? I'm just gonna keep it. No, actually, I'm not. I'm going to mulligan. I'm sorry. Ignore me. I don't love it. I've got some great support, but none of the core cards for my deck. Here we go. This is much better. So I'm going to keep this. And as much as I love Safara, I'm not going to be able to play her for so long that she's actually just taking up space. Also, you see these cool sleeves for this set. I really love these sleeves. So, all right, I go first, and I'm going to have some mana here. Now, do I want to get the Witch's Oven out first turn, or just let this tap? I'll just let that tap. Witch's Oven is really cool, but I have nothing else to play on turn 2. I talked about those night decks, and it looks like I'm going up against one, or possibly. There's a lot of decks right now that use the Knight of the Ebon Legion. He is a great card. So this could be a vampire deck I'm going up against. It could be Mardu Knights. I really hope it's not Knights. So I don't need this mana right now. I'm definitely not going to pay 2 life to access it. So let's throw out the Witch's Oven. I can't stop this guy, so I'm taking a damage no matter what. And yeah, Ashley, this theme is awesome. I mean, I love this theme. So he got his Cauldron Familiar. Are we really playing mirror decks against each other right now? How the heck did that happen? All right, well, the unfortunate thing here is that he drew into his before I did. So I just have to kind of sit and take it until I can at least have 4 mana. I didn't draw any of my low level cards. This is one of the cards from the new set. You'll see that oven, yeah. So the oven can turn the cat into food, and the food can be sacrificed to bring the cat back. This deck has that cat as well. It's kind of funny. So this could go on. This could be a long game if we both draw into our combos. So the only way to really stop this from happening is to exile the familiar. And I'm not, man, I am stuck at 3 mana, and I didn't draw a single mana, and all I drew were some high-level cards. So this might be an early concede for me, to be honest with you, because I'm just not drawing mana. That can happen. That's why in official tournaments you'll play 2 out of 3. And there is a 2 out of 3 mode you can play if you're a traditional Magic player. Generally, you're just playing one game, one and done. So you don't really use a sideboard. You don't really sub cards in and out. But if I can't draw my own life-gaining cards, then this is going to end pretty quickly for me. However, I do have these 2 Into the Gods cards. These cards are great. But if I can't get a mana, I'm not going to be able to play them. I'm down to 10 life already. This is very upsetting. Okay, he's going to discard one of those Into the God Eternals. I guarantee it. If he was smart, he would. I mean, really, I could turn into a pumpkin, too. Yeah, he did get rid of one of them. This is gonna... There we go. Okay. Oh, except I still don't have 5. So what do I want? To return to their hand. Ooh. Anything I return to the hand, they're just gonna play it again, and it's gonna do something terrible. So I might as well wait, because this is an instant. Might as well wait until they try to attack me, and then I can return something as they attack. I let them make the decision, but I am going to lose this game, guys. You can't win them all. I had a really, really bad draw here. So actually, I'm going to throw this out. I'm going to return that. When you return a token to your hand, it just goes away. So let's see what... So he's... Okay, yeah. And I get to draw a card. Or I don't because he trashed the food token. I don't know what I was thinking. Whatever, this is the end for me anyway. I could potentially survive if I get one more mana. If I could destroy one of these guys, but it's probably not going to happen. No, he has enough to kill me right now. So that's it. That was not a great game for me. It happens, guys. It happens. You don't get your engine going. You don't get the cards you need in your starting hand. I probably should have mulliganed again. But you know what? Let's try something else. Black or green. So I've got to play one more black or green card to get my thing. So let's see what I should play here. Let's just play, how about just a straight up mono black deck. This is another one that just came with it. I'm not going to modify this deck or anything. I'm just going to play through this starting deck. What's great about these starting decks is they don't generally use too many advanced strategies. They're pretty much what you see is what you get. So if you're new to Magic and you're playing Arena for the first time, you don't have to worry about overcomplicating yourself. You can just play a single color, get a feel for that color. Because every color works with the game differently, plays a little differently. Now, there's been a lot more crossover. Back in the early days of Magic, it was everything very much had its one lane and it stayed in that lane. Now there's a lot more crossover. You can play control with various colors. You can do, burn damage with other colors and things like that. So let's see how this goes. Well, I like this a lot. Look at that. Basic lands, of course. I can't play anything first round, but I got 2 Child of Night. This lifelink is great. And if I could get it out early enough, maybe he won't draw a response to it in time. Sorin's Thirst is another one. I probably should have modified this deck. I actually have a Sorin, the vampire card. I could have put him in here to make this deck a little stronger. But like I said, I'm just playing just the basic deck here. If I really end up liking this, I might go back and do that. So this Vindictive Vampire is pretty cool. He's great in token decks too. Every time a creature dies, so you can just get a bunch of token creatures and just basically sacrifice them to things. And we've got a flying deck over here. It looks like, is it? I don't like flyers. I can't do much about them. So let's throw out my Death Touch Vampire and let's just get rid of this guy. I don't want him. I don't want to give him the option to kill my Child of the Night because I'm definitely going to swing for 2. And lifelink back up to 24. So that gave me 2 life. This gave me 2 life. Sadly, I don't have anything that combos off of life gain. There are some great cards that do that, but none I have. So thanks again, you guys. For those of you who are just joining, I see the numbers going up a little bit. That means some people just popped in. So I am just playing through one of the standard decks here. It is a mono black vampire deck, which is right up my alley. Last rotation, I had a great like black and white deck that is no longer valid. The way that the cards work is certain cards cycle out after time, and you're going to use the new card. So we had the Throne of Eldraine and Magic 2020 come out. So Magic 2019 is out, and some of the older sets are out as well. So my vampire deck fell apart. Mark, my favorite color to play mono is probably white. I love playing like white, what they call like a white weenies deck, which is a bunch of small white creatures. There's a lot of cards in here like Call the Alarm, which just puts out white tokens. You have a lot of white knight creatures that help each other out. He does not like my guy that does damage to him, so he just exiled it. That's fine, whatever. I'm going to get rid of his sailor, so... You know what? We'll trade. Ooh, and I drew another disfigure, so I'm ready to go. So I really like playing mono white. I generally don't play anything mono, though. Mono red is a really strong contender right now because it just hits you so hard. You can play a mono red goblin deck right now. There are some great goblin knight. I forget his name. He's a goblin knight card that has mentor, which gives other creatures +1/+1, and he creates 1/1 tokens every turn that have haste. So he's just constantly attacking. Plus, red has a lot of those damage spells. You saw him just play that lava coil. Royal Scions, my favorite card from the new set. I'm not using it in this deck, but this Planeswalker is great.
I lead the way.
I don't know why he played it now when he has no creatures to block it, but...
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
David, there is a tutorial mode that you can play through, and there is a versus computer mode. I'm not playing that mode right now. I thought it would be more interesting to play against other players. But yes, that mode exists. And they have a little... I can show you when I get back up to the main screen. Target creature gets +1, so I can do 2-3 damage to the Scions. I just need to stop him basically from getting to that 8. So I'm going to do 2 damage to him, and I still want to hit for 1 damage up there.
Cover my back,
Andrew says the AI is pretty trash. I mean, probably. But you're saying that from a person who's played a lot of Magic. I've played a lot of Magic too. I could probably destroy the AI. And actually, to learn Magic, there was a... Oh, great. Niv Mizzet. All right. Well, I cannot wait for Niv Mizzet to rotate out of the set. This card is a headache, and since he has Niv Mizzet with the Royal Scions, this is a deck I have as well. It's very, very frustrating because the Royal Scions let you draw cards. Niv Mizzet does damage to things whenever you draw cards. It can become a vicious cycle that feeds on itself. So, yeah, Mark, that Growth Chamber Guardian is great, honestly. All right, so he's gonna kill my guy unless I save his life. I want to save his life. I'm gonna let him draw a card. He's gonna be able to do more damage. He's probably gonna kill this guy, but I really wanted. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, he's gonna just trash all my things. This is what happens when you play against a red-blue deck. He just either returns everything to your hand or just does straight-up damage to everything. The one problem, I don't even want to call it a problem, but one thing about this game, when you're using these basic decks that they give you, you don't get to control who you go up against. So, all right, well, let's see if he's going to block this or not. There, boom, because he's going to die anyway. But I have to get rid of Niv Mizzet. There's no way I can let that stand. So he draws a card and does a damage immediately. However, he's tapped out. I know he can't counterspell that. That's why I played it now. I gave him a free flyer, and he's going to be able to draw cards like crazy. So even though I'm at 33 life and he's at 10, things aren't looking great for me right now. But I could bounce back. Another Planeswalker, Jason. See, whenever you draw your second card each turn, which Jace lets him draw cards, and the Royal Scion lets him draw cards. So he's got a little card drawing engine here. It's unfortunate, so...
Bravery,
not much I can do. Luckily, I give a huge buffer of health. That lifelink guy was alive long enough. Yeah, I could bounce back. It just depends on what I draw here. See, when I draw lands, again, I'm just going to keep this land in my hand because I don't want him to know that it's a land. I want him to think maybe I've got something that couldn't affect him. Yeah, it's just he is drawing so many cards that he can basically draw into anything he wants. Like, look at, I mean, everything he does is drawing cards. So I'm playing against a pretty well-made deck here. I mean, look at that. Every time. So whenever you draw your second card, he's going to create tokens. Only when you draw your second card. It's not each card beyond. I think playing against the AI in the AI mode is a good challenge. There was also the Duels of the... I drew another 2 swamps in a row. I don't have any card drawing in this deck. This deck is black. Black doesn't tend to have a lot of card drawing. So I'm probably going to lose this game. But I will survive. I'll last a couple turns. He's probably wondering, I've got 2 cards in my hand and 5 mana. Why am I not playing anything? Little does he know. Anyway, what I was saying, the Duels of the Planeswalkers was like for, they had it for Xbox and PS4 and probably PC too, but they had this puzzle mode where you could actually, like, it put you in a situation and said you have 1 turn to kill the enemy. And from looking at it, you would just say, this is impossible. There's no way I could kill the enemy on this turn. And then you'd start to look at some of the cards and some of the cards in your hand and see some combos that would let you kill the enemy. And playing through those is actually a really great way to learn Magic. So I've got 1 more turn. If I don't draw something that will save me, then that's game. Yeah, this would have been great to get a little bit ago, but I don't think that 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? I could do it. I could come back with this guy. We'll see. It's probably not going to happen. In fact, I think it's not going to happen. But I'm not going to concede yet. Like, it's one thing to concede when you know you're dead. It's another to concede when you, when everything seems hopeless. Because sometimes a lucky card draw could turn, well, I don't know what he did that for. He's going to have something that does 2 damage to it, I'm sure. Yeah, there we go. That's why. Now it's done. I couldn't keep up with all that card draw. I mean, that was a crazy amount of card draw. I also really need to buy a box of Throne. Yeah, I know, I'm dead. Just let him kill me. Bye-bye. Well, I've had 1 win and 1 loss so far. It's not the end of the world. Because even when you're playing, you're still earning. So I still earned XP for playing that. And money. So I can buy a pack. So when you take a look at what you can buy here. So the store has a lot of different things for sale. Obviously, you can always spend real money to get things. Like you can buy gems. Basically, you're buying packs. Like I can buy 90 packs. Which 90 packs is a lot of... It's a lot of packs. This might be something I do at some point. But it costs 18,000 gems. Which is probably still about $100. So it's about the cost of buying an actual booster box, which is going to run you about 120. So you're spending $100 to get basically a booster box, which is probably what I'm going to do so I can actually start building some of these better decks. But I wanted to kind of see how, you know, viewer turnout was and how interest was for this. So, but you can buy packs, and you can buy packs using either the gold that you have or by earning the gems. Obviously, the gems are going to get you a little bit better value. So I have some extra gems. I'm actually going to do that. Let's just drop this. Let's get 3 packs. I want to see what I open. I think you guys at home probably want to see what I open too. There's just something really satisfying about cracking a pack and just seeing what you have. And they have this cool animation, which I love. So here's another one of those adventure cards that's really great. One of the silliest cards of the set, the Ginger Brute. You can eat him. He basically is a food token that is alive, which, I don't know. I find that absolutely hysterical. So, this is a great one. This is another great night for that. So those who are watching local to indie, Mark works for Moonshot, which is a game store up in Noblesville, Indiana. They're selling their booster boxes for $90 plus tax. That's a good deal. You can sometimes find them for that much online, but it's hard in a physical store. Usually they're closer to 100 or so. And unfortunately, though, you can't transfer the good cards you open into the Arena version. I play Arena much more than I play regular Magic anymore. So Magic Mirror, this is a powerful card. People have been building decks around Magic Mirror like crazy right now. You're just drawing cards in like an insane amount of cards, and you have no hand size limit. So you can have as many cards in your hand as you want, which is absolutely insane. So, all right, let's see. I'm gonna open a couple of these, and I'm gonna jump in here for another game. So, all right, got my rare wild card, and another one of those locations, the Dwarven Mine. So this is another kind of fantasy fairy tale. Acclaimed contender, great again for that Mardu Knights deck. Everything about these knights are all referencing like, oh, if you control another knight, then things happen. So this is going to let you actually search your deck for things and put them into your hand, which is really cool. So it's good to get that. And we got one more. Another Witch's Cottage. Some wild cards here. I love this Enchanted Carriage. It creates mice, but it requires a crew of 2, which means you have to tap those mice in order to turn into the carriage, basically. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah, here's a card I will probably never use, but it's all right. Sometimes, not every rare is created equal, that's for sure. So, that was everything that I opened. So I'm going to go back here. Let's play another game. I really want to use... I have my Dragons deck. I have a Selesnya deck I've been working on, and my Boros deck mixed in here. I don't know. Let's see. What do you guys think? Who's in the comments there? Got my Dragons. I've got my Selesnya, which are like life-getting tokens. I've got my Boros, who are like knights. They're really quick. They do a lot of damage. And then I've got my Dragon deck. My Dragon deck is built around a Planeswalker that can turn people into dragons. So that's up to you guys. Sorry for the typing there. I realized the other day when we were doing our Essen live stream that my mechanical keyboard is really loud. Like, it's nice. It's a really satisfying keyboard. I mean, I love these keyboards, but they're a little loud. So, Dark Montreal says Boros. I like that name too. Dark Montreal. Like, I know Montreal has a shady dark side. I've heard that. All right, sure. Boros sounds great to me. I do like this deck. It does need some work. There's the feather, which is a bird that I don't have, and I need for this deck. Hopefully, when I open my 100 packs, and I'll put out a thing and see if people are interested. Like watching someone open 100 packs, I don't know how interesting that is, but it might be. I mean, people do it online all the time, and they like millions of people watch them open packs of cards. It's kind of cool. I'm one of the people that have watched that. Like I've literally just watched people open loot boxes in Overwatch to see what they're gonna get. So I was gonna show you the AI guy. I'll do that after this match. We'll see, because it looks like I've got a little bit of a wait right now. The waits have never been too long. I think the longest I've ever waited was about a minute and a half. So not too bad. That was about 45 seconds. So Colonel Burton. All right, come on, Colonel. Oh, this is not great. I got some great guys in my hand. I love Aurelia, but boom, boom. Look at that. White mana, red cards. This is not a great combination. Especially in like if I drew a red card on my first turn, that would be pretty good. But this is not great. Thank you for watching, Mark. I'll see you next time. $5 booster draft on Wednesday night. That's not a bad deal, actually. All right, I'm going to mulligan and try to draw some red. I did get some red mana, but it comes into play tapped. I go first. I'm giving up my first player advantage, but this, I don't want to mulligan again. I really don't want to mulligan again. So I'm going to keep it. Right now, my opponent is choosing whether they're going to mulligan or not. I've already decided to mulligan. They get to wait and see what I do before they decide what they're going to do. Yeah, out of Dark Montreal, I hope it is available on Mac. And Macaroni rates Santiago Sobrino. That's quite the name. Yeah, we're just trying to see what we can do. I love playing Magic Arena. Anyway, and the chance to be able to just talk to you guys while I'm playing it just seems like a really cool opportunity for me. So we're on the last match. This is probably going to be about an hour-long thing. We're, give or take. I mean, we'll see. I hope they're not. Sometimes people just walk away from their computer. Like, they forget they were searching from a match and they go walk away. Eventually it times them out and you get a win. But it's very frustrating. It's a very frustrating thing to wait for somebody right now. And I don't want to wait, so I might just drop out and jump back in. So I don't really... This is just casual mode, so I don't really care if I win or lose on casual mode. Plus, this gives me a chance to show that bot match here. Where is the bot guy? Well, anyway, there used to be, actually, that had to show a picture of him up on the screen. So, not today. All right, never mind. No bot match. Let's just go back and play again with that Boros deck. Hopefully we get somebody that's actually paying attention and sitting at their computer. It can happen too. Sometimes people get really petty. Like if you're winning, and they'll just draw out the game as long as possible. Like they'll just wait to take their actions until that timer comes, and then they'll finally start acting. It's very frustrating. Oh, this is a hand. This hand is way better even, so I'm glad I quit and started again. I love these dual cards were introduced a few sets ago. Actually, probably a while ago now. And I really like them. They have a lot of flexibility. Alright, so I don't have anything that costs 1 mana anyway, so I don't lose anything throwing them Guild Gate. I really don't like these Guild Gates, but they're what I have. I'm planning on turning them into... Okay, let's see. Planning on turning them into the special ones from Eld that do things when they come into play. I think the red-white one actually lets you scry, which lets you look at the top card of your deck for free. Do I have anybody with haste? No, I don't. But, oh, I don't know which to play first. Alright, let's get this guy out. I like him. And if... I like him, and if they have some murders or kill cards, I'd rather they use it on him than use it on the Skylight Vanguard. This card is too good, but we'll see. Look at that. They did have one. You see, I've got another one hiding out here. So free 2 damage I can't do anything about. That's fine. Now we'll throw out the Skylight Vanguard. They might have another murder. I mean, you can have 4 copies of every card in your deck. So hopefully they didn't get lucky and draw into it. We'll find out. And again, thank you guys for coming out here. I know this is a brand new format. Brand new game, and he did have another murder. I have creatures to spare, so he's using his murders early. Destroy target land, creatures without flying, yeah, block. That's not gonna. He has. I guess I could, if I can't play anything else, but I want to get this guy out. And maybe I should have used this a while ago to kill him, but I don't know. I'm not super worried about it. Not yet, at least. The Sure Strike was going to help me out here. If he tries to attack again. But let's see. Another murder. Another murder. Let's see what you've got. If he has 3 murders within the first couple turns, I'm going to be very angry. Well, okay. You know what? That's fine. I have to sacrifice this guy. But he lost his too. So that's an even trade. I don't mind the even trade. Okay, but I am going to have to get rid of that thing pretty quick. It gets +1/+1 counters every time creature dies. So... Oh no, when it dies. Never mind. I'm not too worried about that. But I'd still like to kill it when there's not something else out. Because then it can't put its counter onto anything else. So I have no creatures. I might as well play this. He doesn't look like he's playing any special lands. So the least I can do is destroy a land and send him back a turn. I could have saved that for a big power hit, but right now I'm just trying to set him back, like I said. Because I can't keep any creatures out there. He's destroyed every creature I've got. Yeah, that Resurgence would be great right now if I had anyone alive. I had that great starting hand, guys. You guys all saw that great starting hand. You saw it. And I haven't drawn another creature. Thank you, Marconi. I don't know about if we're going to do any other games. I know Hearthstone is super popular right now, and Eternals is super popular right now. I play Hearthstone. I've never played Eternals. And to be honest, I haven't played much of Hearthstone at all since this game came out. So, alright, maybe this guy can survive. He has no cards in his hand. So this is when I can start to do a comeback, because I can start killing his guys off. I know I'm only at 8 health. Okay, good. Let's see what he does here. I hope he throws his guys at me. He doesn't know I have this Sure Strike in my hand. Question is, what do I want to kill? Probably want to kill the Vindictive Vampire first. But that means I'm taking 6 damage. This is not... None of this is great. So I'm going to block here. And I'm going to throw on the Sure Strike and make sure he gets that kill. And... I've been holding on to this for too long. I really want to do this Resurgence. I really want to. But I can't. I can't take the damage. I need to kill this guy. That sucked, but you do what you gotta do, you know? Alright. Whenever he has dealt damage, he deals that much damage back to another player. That's pretty good. Let's at least sneak in some damage there. Hope he didn't draw another murder. Maybe he just drew another swamp. We'll see, guys. And another thing with this format, too, we might have some special guests come in. We might have some people Skype in, and we'll play a couple matches against each other. Maybe do a full best of 3. He did kill that thing. And I don't have first strike. So if he comes at me, we're killing each other, and I'm doing 4 damage back to him. That might be the bet. I've got to. I can't let him come through. So we're killing each other. I could kill myself, or I could deal 4 damage to him. And hope. There we go. I'm finally drawing into some of my big creatures. I have no creature to tap. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to give myself Vigilance, right? If that creature gains Vigilance if it's white. I'm both, so I'm going to get Vigilance. Unfortunately, that thing has Death Touch. So I'm going to get one shot here. Since this thing does not have Lifelink, unfortunately, this is it. I'm going to get to use him one time. Because I'm going to have to block the Knight, or else I'm going to die. And the Knight is going to have Death Touch. So that's unfortunate. It's giving him the option. Anytime that the opponent can do something in between, it kind of pauses the game a little bit. Right now, he could theoretically use the Knight of Ebon Legion ability in response to this. Now you're going to see that countdown clock I was talking about. I don't think he realized it was his turn. Now I have Vigilance here, so I don't have to tap to attack, which is nice. So I'll just straight away do some damage. Unfortunately for me, I don't have first strike. So this is going to do its damage back to me, and I'm going to die. I don't know why he did it twice. Like, I have no choice but to block. Alright, good. Lava Coil. Let's just keep going back and forth, killing all our creatures. Let's see. Hopefully he draws nothing, and I draw something good with haste. Alright, 1-1. Eventually that'll kill me. Ah, there we go. But it doesn't have haste, unfortunately. And I swear, if he has a murder... He's played 2. Okay, good. It's got Death Touch and Lifelink, which sucks. I can't do anything about it. But eventually I'm going to be able to, because this guy's going to get to attack. I really wish I still had Aurelia out. And he's going to do another damage to me, but then in future turns, this guy can just... I'll always have one soldier that can just destroy target. Not awesome. That is probably game. Maybe. I'm at 2 life. If If he can kill one of these and just get through. Let's see what he decides to do here. Yeah, everything's going to kill itself, and he's going to still have that Child of the Night left. Yep, and there it is. I just drew nothing. Unfortunate to lose. It's okay. It wasn't your fault. I mean, you don't know what your matchup is going to be. And that is, if this had been a best-of-3 match, I could look at that and say, okay, well, he has a ton of creature removal. I'm going to pull in cards from my sideboard and work around that, because now I know I'm playing a mono black deck. But when you sit down to choose your deck, you don't know what your matchup's going to be. So I wouldn't say that it was a bad idea either. I actually like that deck. I'm going to give it one more try. You guys can come and go as you want. I really like that Boros deck. I think it deserves a chance to shine. We don't really have like this is going to run about an hour. It's going to go a little bit over, but people are watching, so that's fine with me. As long as people are watching, I'll keep playing. To a certain extent, we're not going to have another 12-hour long marathon like we did for Essen. I don't know if you guys watched our Essen marathon, but it was a ton of fun. We played like 10 awesome Essen games last Saturday, so that was really cool. So, and then we skipped Solo Sunday. So this is actually the third program we're going to have for MVM Live. I plan on doing this on a weekly basis as long as I'm in town. And then Jeremy Howard, Jambalaya Plays Games, is doing his Sunday solo stream. So we have solo Sundays, Magic Mondays, and nothing cool for our Wednesday game. I don't know what we should call it. Wednesday workday? I don't know. I have no idea. But on our Wednesday stream, oh wow, right away, he plays a Disfigure. Am I guess another mono black deck? This is a really popular deck right now. Oh, I'm so tired of this. I am so tired of fighting the same deck over and over again. Alright, well this guy has First Strike. First Strike is great because it can get me around Death Touch. Hopefully, until he disfigures it again. Or murders it. This Bloodthirsty Aerialist has to go. I have nothing that can deal damage to it. That's very unfortunate. I'm not attacking this turn. I need to get rid of that. I can't really deal with flying too well with this Boros deck. So, I'm guessing they're going to come at me from the top with that Bloodthirsty Aerialist. We'll see, though. They might hold them both off for blockers because they know this guy can get 2/2/0. I've already got it here. So, yeah, he's coming over the top. But I'm almost going to have my True Fire Captain out. Blood Burglar! Ugh. Yeah, this guy is just playing a bunch of low-cost black zombies. Or vampires. If I had known this, there's a card that I could have played that just destroys all their creatures. So that would have been a good one to have, except I didn't know it. And I still don't have another red mana, so I can't play this guy. But I can throw out this guy who only has flying on my turn. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wait. But that's good, though. He can sail across the top of these lifelinkers. I really hate these guys. But as long as he can't deal... Oh, awesome. Other vampires get +1/+1. That is not what I needed to happen right now. I shouldn't have played one more game. I should have stuck to my gut. But I did. And I might get destroyed here. Look at all these well, that's not low cost, but all these low cost vampires. Mono black is a really powerful. So he like, you know what? I'm willing to lose this guy to get that. I'm willing to make this trade. And he gained life, so he gets the counter. And another, oh man. This is not good for me. I need a red mana ASAP. This flyer is just going to keep beating me down over and over again. And here comes Sorin. This is Sorin that I was saying I should add into that. He's basically using a modified version of that deck with some better cards, like this Thirsting Bloodlord. Sorin is ridiculous in a mono black deck. I'm seeing this deck actually come across quite often. I've played against a lot of these decks. My Fires of Invention deck can do pretty good about it. Yeah, I do 3 damage to any creature. He gains 3 life, which is going to give this guy life up here. So there, boom, boom. He gets a +1/+1 counter. He's going to swing for 5. Yeah, I'm going to kill that guy. He knows I'm going to kill it. He knows I won't let him get that free mana, or free health. Sorry. I forgive you, Dark Montreal, by the way. I like playing this deck. It needs some work, though. It's not what I want it to be. I'm doing this because I like playing Magic as part of MVM. I haven't been on the tournament scene for a long time, so maybe I will, because there is a tournament scene for Magic Arena. I'm just not really part of it. And he's going to go 2/6/7. I really need to destroy him. Well, this would have been great earlier. Prevent all non-combat damage dealt to other creatures, and he can give himself first strike. Right now, it's probably a little late for this guy. But he does have haste, and I can... Actually, I can't give him first strike because I don't have the red mana. Since I've only drawn 1 red mana this entire game, so... I think a lot of people watching in the background, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't commented, comment. And we'll see what we can do as far as giveaways and things like that for this program. So I know we like to give away things during our live shows. Yeah, all of these, I'm just getting overwhelmed with small, and he's going to do 3 damage to this guy and kill him. He's going to gain a life, 7, so that's it. That's game. Wow, it could have been game. He gave me another chance to do nothing because it's a guild gate. Yep, that's game. I mean, he was going to kill me anyway. I don't have anything to do with flying. So that's definitely something I need to do with this deck. There's a monster in the left corner. Are you talking about the fox? This thing is adorable. Look at it. Yeah, I like red and white too, King Fat, but this red and white deck, it just needs work. It's not where it needs to be right now, so I'm just going to drop out of this one because there's no point in finishing this match. There are just some cards I need. Now I do have some wild cards that I could spend. So I could, like, theoretically come in here. Where is my Boros deck? So I talked earlier about rotation. And some cards rotating out, but they do have a pretty cool like mode where you can play historic, where you can still play your old deck. So even though my deck is not tournament legal anymore, I could play it. I need some other stuff for this deck. Chandra's pretty good. She puts out... I kind of want her in here. Kind of want another Legion War Boss in here too. And I just removed him instead of adding him. So I'm going to put both my Legion War Bosses. I don't actually really like this Guild Mage, so I'm going to take both of them out. I don't know what it is about that Guild Mage. I'm just not a fan of it. Alright, where was I? I'm just not a fan. Oh, I want Chandra. The Chandra that makes elemental tokens. Where did she go? There she is. Cards are not alphabetical. They're by cost, so sometimes it can be a little confusing. I like this Chandra here, but I don't think it really works with what this Boros deck is doing. I think there are better planeswalkers for that. So I want to get to my red and white cards, which are here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, do I want another... I'm not sure. I definitely want another Aurelia, but I'd have to spend on her. This Swath Cutter Giant would have really helped me if I could have gotten him out. I really want Feather the Redeemed for this deck. I only have one rare wild. I have one rare wild card, and Feather is going to cost one rare wild card. And it's not from the most current set. It's actually from an older set. So, yeah, I mean, these decks are basic. I've just been playing through some basic decks. I'll this is the Boros deck that they give you to start with. The only deck I've really like made is, well, I have my Esper Oven deck, which is just silly. And then I'm working on my Dragons deck. I didn't play my Dragons deck tonight. Maybe I'll play that next week for everybody. But this deck is pretty effective. I need another Nissa in here, which I don't have currently. And I'm just missing some of the more expensive dual lands. But this deck is great for basically getting a bunch of Dragons and Planeswalkers out. And then Sarkhan is like my #1 win condition. He is ridiculous. But some of these cards, like, these two here are just like space, taking up space. Because some of the cards I really want to add, I haven't unlocked them yet. Which I could do. There's the new Knight or Garrison Commander or whatever his name is, that your red sources do more damage. So that's pretty exciting. Why do I not have? Oh my gosh, I want 2 of him. Let's get rid of this guy. That thing is pretty good. So you basically, all your red sources do extra damage. So, all right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was just the first episode, so we just kind of played through. I think for future episodes, we're going to kind of do specific themed things. We're going to try to do some challenges, try to maybe do some of these events, like do the draft or the sealed event. You guys could come on and yell at me and tell me how terrible my deck is that I'm building, so I would appreciate that. And, you know, hopefully, if you've never played Magic Arena, hopefully you're getting a good idea of what that is like and kind of what it is to play Magic. I mean, Magic is ingrained into the entire hobby, so I feel like it's never too late to learn. It's never too late to get in on Magic, and this new set is just so much fun. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to head out now. Join us on Wednesday at noon for our regular MVM Live. We're going to be playing Gates of Delirium from Renegade Studios, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So I will see you guys Wednesday.